Brilliant. So welcome everybody. Really excited about this evening's call. This is Flourishing Beyond Christmas. I said last week I was going to change it from Surviving Christmas to Flourishing Beyond Christmas, and that I have done. Just want to quickly introduce myself for those that don't. You do all know me. My name's Agi Moy. I'm a Millionaire team member. I reside in the Upper Hunter of New South Wales in a town called Scone. 4,000 people is what we have here, maybe. And, you know, I got started on the products, and when I did get started on the products in 2003, it wasn't because I thought there was anything wrong with me. I didn't even think, you know, well, I was starting to think. It was more my attitude that was disgusting. But I actually got started with the products because I wanted to generate a supplemental income in and around what we were doing, which was a failing farm. We were in the middle of a drought, and on top of all of that, we were losing cattle and stock horses daily. And I came across a little ad in a newspaper, and it said, you know, generate $500 a week, part-time income, easy, can do from home. And that really triggered. I did look at that little ad for about 8 to 12 weeks. I can't just quite remember, but it was week upon week upon week. And my coach and sponsor, Jenny Spark, kept that little ad running, which is why I was able to respond to it. So there's a really good tip right there for you. And so I got started with the product, very similar to the products that we have in our healthy breakfast, 6-day breakfast challenge, and our 3-day trial, the Formula 1 and the tea. I got fantastic results in the fact that I had an energy shift within the first 24 hours. I really did. I can remember exactly where I was. And I lost 1 kilo and 7 centimeters in the first week, and that was pretty cool too. I had tried things in the past. I still, needed to see a permanent result because I had tried things in the past, lost weight, put it back on, all the rest of it. But I did go on to lose over 30 kilo and bulk centimeters, together with that learning process. So the mindset, the 80% nutrition, the 20% exercise. Hey, who would have ever thought, that currently I'd be enjoying Fit Club and all sorts of things like that 15 years down the track. So it's amazing what can happen when you feed your body that right nutrition, yeah? So forever grateful, paying it forward. One of the things that I do love to do is work with community in any way that I can. I love road shows. I actually love talking to people. I'm not that outgoing in the beginning. I am quite shy, but once I get a wind on, I do pretty good. So it's just putting yourself in front of lots of people is what it's all about, right? So there's just a few snaps of the things that I do like to do. Moving right along, just want to double check, but I'm really, really wanting to get pretty excited about and wanting to introduce my guest with the hope that she is currently already on, and that would be Linda Sutherland. So if Linda is on, would love her to say that she is, because if she's not, we'll have to come back. Can't hear her peepers yet. All right, so what we'll do is we'll come back and we will share Linda's story once she does join us, so that'll be fine. I'm pretty sure she's probably just held up somewhere. Okay, so what we want to do is tonight we actually want to cover off just a little bit about goal setting, success, daily methods of operation, follow-up, and personal development. They're the key areas that we really want to talk about tonight. We have touched on this briefly, and it was goal setting, smart goal setting, setting specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound goals is really, really important. So take a snapshot of that, because that is the smart way of setting goals. Now, we've got to set a goal, or we need a why to that can sometimes actually make us cry. So setting a goal that makes you want to jump out of bed in the morning, something that's really, really going to get you going, right? And, you know, the reasons for doing something need to far outweigh, sorry about that background noise, need to far outweigh the reasons for finding the excuse not to do the thing, right? So you need to get really clear on why it is that you are doing what you're doing. Get really clear on why you are so passionate about this amazing business and these amazing products. You've really got to get clear and find your Herbalife, so to speak. You know, that is super, super important. You know, it's everything. So I know for myself personally that when I wake up in the morning, I just get so damn excited, you know, with the prospect of who I'm going to see, who I'm going to be speaking to, and who I might share product or a Herbalife or a business conversation with. Yeah. So we do talk about those 20 goals, and sometimes when you're new, it's really hard just to sit down and set 20 goals, but you can actually really break your goals up into sections. And, you know, there's something here for everyone on this call. So I think if you could actually break your page up into these different sections, and then it just becomes, well, you'll have a few of these goals for each section. It becomes a little bit easier, but then what we really need to do, and this is what I learned from the very beginning, is that we need to be very descriptive in what that goal is. So not just a wishy-washy type situation, but really descriptive in what that is. So for example, you know, if it's a home, if that is your goal, a particular home, probably to go and see it and feel it and touch it, or if it's something that you want to build, go and stand on the block of land or on a similar, you know, block of land. You know, maybe have a look at the drawing for that home, be specific in the number of bedrooms, the number of bathrooms, how many cars the garage can hold, not just a home, right? And then you've got to put a time frame on it. And the reason why we do that is because then it allows us to actually work back. It actually allows us to know what we have to do on a yearly basis. Let's say if it's a really big goal like a home, and what we need to then break it back into 52 weeks on a weekly basis. And then we can really break it back to how many people we need to share, you know, the amazing Herbalife products and the opportunity with. And before you know it, you have set yourself an amazing, amazing goal. And yes, you know, the reality is we have put a dollar figure onto it. And, you know, that's, and a volume point figure onto it. But that's what's going to get us out of bed in the morning to really go and, you know, share. And then what comes out of that is quite extraordinary, because it's not, you know, just that direct sharing, it's that indirect that then takes place, and the stuff that the universe does deliver. It is really, really cool. So I just wanted to share, I didn't quite get printed the kickoff. It is on these slides. It's not yet on my board, which is sitting here next to me, which is what this is in relation to. But these are all the things, you know, that get me going, and all the things that I actually focus on, and as an end result really helps me in my social goals and my financial goals and my giving back to the community goals. It's Herbalife sets my goals for me. So I think I'm really, really blessed, because I don't really even have to think too hard. Herbalife sets up all of this, and then I've just got to work out, you know, how can I actually achieve all the things that I need to achieve to put myself, you know, with the 3% of the population, the success percentage of the population, to enhance myself as a human being. And that's really what it's all about, totally. So if you're not 100% sure on how to set your goals, well, we've got this amazing company that does that for us. And, you know, you've really always got to, seriously, we hear it time and time again, but it's just so the way it is. You've really, really, really got to, you know, shoot, you know, for the stars. You really do. Don't undermine your goals, and don't let yourself get away with a lower level of what you can possibly do, because the mind is very, very powerful. And, you know, nothing can stop you but that self-talk and what your mind is telling you. So always shoot for the stars, because if you miss, you still land in a really, really good place. So, you know, that's the way that I like to think of it, and the way that I like to set my goals. So when we, for example, talk about the Herbalife vacation, I don't want to draw my monthly figures up for level 1. I want to draw my figures up for level 3. And if I don't quite make it, well, I'm still going to have level 2 or level 1, right? But you've always got to stretch for the most. And why do you need to do that? Well, for many reasons. For yourself, for your family, you know, for your confidence, for everything. Absolutely. So we had this prior already, but I just really wanted to put this up again, because it's as simple as this. It really is. And sometimes we have this tendency to want to complicate things, right? So, you know, it is about registering as a member, experiencing the products. Either way, it's all good, whichever way comes first, because, you know, we might be, well, we should be rowing our boat with both oars at all times. We should be promoting the products, and we should be actively looking for somebody to have a fabulous business with. A business partner is what I call them. And, you know, doing your goals. But doing your goals is also being accountable and sharing those goals with other people as well. And it might not necessarily be, you know, your direct coach or your direct upline. You know, sharing your goals could be with an accountability partner that's a cousin with you inside the business, or somebody that's not even, you know, as part of your organization. That does not matter. It's somebody that you actually relate to and gel with. And creating your like and trust list is very important as well. I know that 15K executive president team member, you know, probably not that far away from Chairman's Club, actually, George Knight, has, you know, an idea about a like and trust list. He talks about it very often, the way that you would formulate. You know, 5 people generally come up as a common denominator with a certain series of questions. And, you know, some of those questions are that, you know, if you had X amount of $1 million and you split it equally for a social project, who would be the, you know, the people, the 5 people that you would entrust with that to carry out that social project with you? Or, you know, all those sorts of things. Or if you were stuck without a car, Team Benalla might know that, in the middle of the night at 2 a.m., you know, there'd only be a handful of people you could actually call to help you out of that situation. We're not talking, you know, NRMA or RACQ or whatever it is in Queensland or wherever it is. We're not talking about that, right? Then we're also talking about, you know, the same people keep popping up. Who would you invite to dinner? Who would you feel comfortable at the dinner table with and not have a Herbalife conversation with? So not Herbie Peeps, right? And then also one of his questions is, I think, you know, you finally, I guess, finished your life here on earth. There's a good way to put it and suit everybody that. And so you look up and, you know, who would be there to celebrate your life. And generally the same sort of people pop up on those questions. And that's how you can really formulate your like and trust list, because they're the people that you really need to, you know, share or let know from the very beginning what you're doing. You must let them know. And of course, packaging your story is so important, and plugging in for New South Wales to the kickoff. And we have got one phenomenal success training seminar coming up in December with a cracking Christmas party. So success really does depend upon you. Your own success depends upon you. It doesn't depend upon what the weather's doing. It doesn't depend upon whether your coach and sponsor has called you lately. It doesn't depend upon any of those things. You're an independent business owner, and it really does depend upon yourself, or, your success is entirely up to you. It truly is. So all that other stuff and that noise, they're just excuses. They really are, okay? So success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every single day. And that's so, so true. Consistency is 100% the key in everything we do. It's the key to getting a fabulous product result. It's the key for all of our business. Consistency, you cannot beat it. It's something that you have to be very, very clear on, no matter what your Herbalife is, okay? So I just want to share with you what I deem my success to be, right? So I deem my success to be, I have a mission, and it is for the community, and it is building a particular community. So my real focus and my real success, let's just say, is impacting 2,000 people in this particular community in the Upper Hunter. And now that will be directly and indirectly, right? That's not 2,000 people all by myself. That's through a handful of core people, and then that will radiate to people that they know. And then I put this picture up about this little beach fit thing that they're having next weekend, not here in the Hunter, but my vision is to grow a handful just like this of like-minded people who want to then actually take this area of community into their own, communities as well. So a handful of leadership. So that is what I deem as will be my success. That's what I'm really, really focused on and really excited about, okay? So success is different for many, many people, right? So I just want to make sure, there we go. Perfect. And then for me also, success is, the number of conversations that I'm going to have to enable people to attend the February Spectacular in Adelaide, because I know that for every person that I can inspire to be at that event, their entire life is going to change for the better. I have no doubt about that whatsoever. So I deem that as, a success story. I deem that as my personal goal, my mission, my focus. So everyone's success is related to themselves, right? It's personal, but I'm sharing with you what my mission is and where my passion really, really lies. It's the conversations and the inspiration, whether my organisation or other people, for people to attend February Spectacular in 2018. So just with that, what I'd really like to do, if you let me, is I just really want to go back and invite onto the call guest, and she might like to share her story before we move to her success. So Linda, could I just get you to come on? I'd like to introduce the amazing, bubbly, effervescent, ray of sunshine, World Team member, Linda Sutherland. Do you want to come on, Linda?
I do. Hi, guys. Sorry, I'm on my phone in the car. Thank you for having me on the call, Argy. It's so exciting, and I can see that we have over 20 participants. Awesome stuff. Listen, guys, I'm Linda Sutherland, World Team member from Scone in the Hunter Valley. And before Herbalife, I didn't have weight to lose. I thought I was pretty healthy and managed my weight with cigarettes, coffee, and a couple of small bird-like meals a day. I suffered from stress-related cold sores, and I was forever tired and teary. I was actually looking for a work-from-home opportunity and came across Herbalife, and beautiful Agi Moy, who got me started almost 13 years ago. Since then, I've loved my products, included my nutrition program with whole food eating, living a healthy, active lifestyle, no more cold sores, no more tired and teary, and, glowing skin is always in.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Linda. That's fantastic. But what I'm going to do now, if that's okay with you,
yeah,
we've covered off everyone's success, or what I deem to be mine. I know everyone's is individual, but I just want to fast forward and I just want to share what's happened for you and your lifestyle. So I've got a couple, if you can see that, I've got a couple of your collages up there with different things. Did you want to share this with us?
the circle of.
You're cutting in and out to me, so you might be cutting in and out to everybody.
Just give me 2 seconds. I'm actually almost at the door and I can log in on my computer in the meantime.
All right. Well, what we'll do is we'll come back to that if that's okay.
Yep, great.
We'll let you log in and then we'll come back, okay?
Okie doke.
Cool. All right. So what we want to talk about tonight, we'll come back to those slides with Linda, but what we're really keen to talk about tonight is daily methods of operation. So, there are many things. Here you see a picture of, a fit club going down at the Sydney Centre, but that's not the only thing, because everybody needs to be really passionate about their Herbalife, the way that they want to promote, their business. So, but daily method of operation, or DMO, stands for daily method of operation, and as it implies, something that you're prepared to do daily, right? It's the action we take to actually introduce people to the Herbalife opportunity. So it is the invitation. It is the funnel to everything, okay? Any activity can become a daily method of operation if it can be used effectively with use, wear, and talk, okay? And keeping it simple. Just to share yours and other people's experiences, their results with the products and or with the business, okay? So it's an opportunity for an invitation. That's basically what, a daily method of operation is. So it's just a way to have a conversation. It could be an invite into a fit club, a reading club. It could be an invite into a nutrition club. It could be, an invite into a weight loss challenge. It could be into an online challenge. It is a way to have a conversation. So the invitation. It's an invitation, as it says, to see other people's experiences with the products and or the business. So just before we do move along, just allowing Linda to log in, here's just a few things and conversations with friends and family. And this is what I really want to focus on next week, different ways of having conversations with people when we go to parties, barbecues, etc., through the festive season, and office parties, all of that stuff. Grand openings, shake parties, competition boxes. Haven't seen those for a little while. Need to get back into that. Wellness surveys. You can do those over the phone. You can do those online. You can do those face-to-face. They're very cool. Facebook, 3-day trial packs, 6-day breakfast pack, flip books. That was a great one that Chairman's Club member Jennifer de Brabander spoke about on Saturday. She hasn't seen a flip book for a while. People tend to do it on their phone. What about a traditional flip book with results? Pamper, spa parties, even, a pamper pack that can be given out for 2 or 3 nights and then shared around. Ads, flyers, buttons, neighborhood letters. I got my business started with a handwritten neighborhood letter. Now, handwritten's good because everybody wanted to open it and then just photocopied, but then I only had 11. So, but 3 people, 3 clients came out of those 11 letters. Like and trust, right? Fit club, dance club, road shows. What it is talking to X amount of people per day, right? That's what it's all about. So with that, let's see. Okay, we got you logged in?
Yeah, I'm still on my, hang on 2 seconds. My internet is not happy and I'm just getting on my computer now. I do apologize, guys. This is just technology. All right, so Argy, we'll continue on my phone while I log in on the computer. So my success is friends, family, and community. I am forever grateful for the relationships that I've built within Herbalife, both with clients and customers and also with other herbies, which is really cool. You know, to be able to stay at home with my kids and be that stay-at-home mom, to earn that little bit of extra money, to be around for them, you know, to see them grow up, to have just not have to answer to anybody, that, you know, you're working at a job, to come and go as you please, and to see the results that people are getting in the community, just to have, you know, a client send you a card or get a text message when they say how grateful they are, you know, that you've changed their life, or, you know, you've made a difference. You know, I am forever grateful for all the material things that I have. You know, I'm very lucky to have a car and all the lovely things and the events and the traveling that we've done. But I think it still comes back to people and the community and our family.
Okay, so with that, we're just going to have a few little chats about the things that you do. So I really do have to ask the question, though, like, you've been to many events. Yep. And you've also attended just about every local event. You're currently production manager of New South Wales Success Training Seminar as well. You
Yep.
started because you just wanted to make a couple of $100 a month or something to that effect, right? Just to supplement your income while Roseanne was at university?
That's correct.
Okay. But you have actually shared this goodness and you've shared the products with people. And, you know, at times when we're talking about your retail clients and what we're always looking at, you're a girl that's always conducted her Herbalife house. So always hitting that 2,500 volume points and beyond, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And in many cases beyond that as well. So it's pretty safe to say that you've always maintained at least 20 to 25 clients.
That's correct. I try very hard every month to have that 20, get 20, keep 20 gauge. So like we say, you know, we want 20 customers every single month, and, you know, to get new customers, that 5 to 7 new clients every month as well, so that we're constantly filling out those circles.
Okay. So the reality of that, though, then, is that it far exceeds the $200 that you originally wanted to earn, right?
Yes, it has. I only wanted to earn that $100 or $200 initially when Roseanne went to uni, just to pay for groceries. But like you say, you know, it has far exceeded that. And, you know, even on Saturday at the STS, I made $300 that day just in a couple of orders that a few of the girls had requested that I dropped off on the way home. It's just awesome that you can help people get amazing results, be rewarded for it, and, you know, just to have that lifestyle, I guess, that extra bit of cash in your pocket. I don't know, guys, if you ever remember at some point in your life, you know, being out with friends and family And the worst thing for me was wanting to take the kids out for dinner in Sydney and, you know, hoping that they wouldn't choose the most expensive thing on the menu because you knew exactly how much was in your bank account. They were the worst times. You know, you want to do the right thing by your kids. But now, you know, I don't have to check the bank account. I know that we can go out and I don't mind what they purchase or order on the menu. And that's something to me that, you know, I can afford to do. It's just the little things, I guess.
But that's life-changing. So many months your cash flow, and I'm sure you don't mind me saying, but there's been many months where your cash flow has been like $4,000 and $5,000, right?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So I think it's really important to share that sort of stuff so people really do understand, you know, what an opportunity we do have here. And what I'd love to do is, thanks so much for sharing these collages. They're very, very inspiring. What I'd love to do is fast forward because there's here we go, she's on now. So there's a little diagram. And then I'm going to move towards the thing that you do the best. But would you like to explain this little diagram to us now that you can see it?
Oh, I would. Hi, everybody. I made it. Okay, so this is just a couple of my guys in my team. So Barry is a supervisor, and Anne and Vicky are both just VIP members. Or actually, Vicky's not even a member at this point in time. So Barry's just, I don't know, you guys probably have seen his results on Facebook. He's lost over 70 kilos and has been a Herbalife member and supervisor for the last few years. He's not ever really wanted to do the business, but he does love to bring me some referrals occasionally. So he's actually brought Doreen, who is also now a VIP member at 25%. So she's got some pretty cool results, and her daughter Rach has also come on board and has just got started on some products as well, and I'm working with her. The other Rach, they seem to be the go. There is another lady that he's been helping, and she's not long got started from her 3-day trial onto a little program as well. Anne-Marie lives in Parkes, and she's Anne and I get on great. She's lovely. I've just asked for some referrals, you know, who do you know? And as Aggie knows, it's taken me a long time to ask for referrals. You would think it's simple, and it is, but for me, it's been a bit of a struggle personally to ask people. So Anne's just brought all these people to me. So Max and Ross have got started on a 3-day trial and have got awesome results so far. So we're just in the throes of upgrading. Sorry? Oh, I just thought I heard something. Sorry about that. Linda, Peter, Katrina, Genevieve, we're just doing a bit of talking, and they're still sort of deciding, but they're pretty keen to get started on a 3-day trial. And Philip has actually walked out of Anne's house this afternoon with his. So he's starting his tomorrow. So I'm pretty excited about that because, you know, I guess it took me a little bit to get the active member program in my head. I'm not a figures girl. And now I get it by doing this, like Aggie said, to draw my circles, and I can see already that I've got 5 to 7 new clients just with Anne there, so it's growing. Vicky, on the other hand, she's getting awesome results, and she's brought me 3 referrals. At this point, they're all pretty new, and they're still watching Vicky, and that's okay. We just talk to them and share her story all the time. And I just know that, you know, in the near future, these guys are going to come on board with some products or get started on a 3-day trial anyway.
Awesome. Can I ask a couple of questions?
Yeah.
How did you find Barry?
Difficult.
No. How did you find Barry, not how do you find Barry?
Oh, okay. You ain't talking about the patience levels. Barry is wonderful. Actually,
no. How
Yeah.
did you find
Find
Barry?
you.
Not
I
how
know,
do you
right?
find Barry?
He actually found me. I had actually a client in Muswellbrook, and she was actually got started on the products, and he was either a friend or a family member. Anyway, he just happened to be talking to her one day, and she was throwing out the old berry shaped canister, which had my details on it, and he picked it up and asked what it was about, and he phoned me off the canister pretty much. She said, oh, you can have it, take it, and call Linda. So that's how Barry came to me.
So everyone on the call, how many of you actually write all your details on your products? There you go. Okay. Anne. Who's Anne? How did you find Anne?
Oh, Anne-Marie. Anne, I found she actually got in touch with Barry on Facebook initially. I don't know how they actually knew one another. And yeah, he got her a 3-day trial. Now, I know this is going to be, it's a little different. At that point, Barry didn't want to work with Anne, so I worked directly with her. But yeah, she actually came via Barry, did the 3-day trial, or got the 3-day trial of him, but I coached her.
Great. So, Anne, with all this stuff going on, what's your vision for her becoming a supervisor? When's that going to happen?
Well, I'm really hoping that it's in the next 90 days.
Yep, and it will be.
Yeah. Yep.
Because all these guys are going to be getting their product, and that's exactly what's going to happen for Anne. So now we're rolling into organisational volume, which is really cool. And where do you know Vicky from?
Vicky came through an ad on Facebook again.
Awesome.
Yep. And she lives down at East Maitland. So she's very much a loner. And I've been encouraging her. I've actually been driving to Maitland on a Wednesday to participate in Mel Cuslek's Fit Club. And Vicky's been meeting me there. So I've been introducing her to healthy, active lifestyle there, and she's getting exercise, which she never had before. And also to every fortnight when I go down, I deliver products to her as well. And then when I take her home from Fit Club, I put her on the scales and we spend half an hour just building a friendship.
Yeah, so you're actually plugging her into a community, even though you found her on social media, which is awesome.
Yes.
That's part of that follow-up process that we want to cover off on. I want to talk a little bit more about what you do actually, but I just want to pre-frame that when everyone's choosing their daily method of operation, it's important, really, really super important. So this is what Linda does, and what we're about to talk about is what Linda does, right? It doesn't mean that you drop everything and you go do, but do I enjoy what I'm doing? How much time can I give to my preferred daily method of operation? Can I see myself doing this forever, right? And what am I trying to achieve from this particular method? And the big one is what I'm doing duplicable. Because if it's not duplicable, stop doing it, right?
Yeah.
So let me have a conversation with you. Okay. I know you to be the social media queen. So can you just share with people, you find something that you feel very strong about and you want to promote, right? And then you tell the story, you join groups.
Yes. All right. So what do I enjoy doing? Well, I enjoy doing most of the DMOs. I do flyers, but rarely, because, it's one of those things that it's either too hot, too cold, whatever. And I make excuses, but I still try. How much time can I give to my preferred DMOs? Well, Facebook, again, is probably the one thing that everybody uses the most of. I'm learning a little bit of Snapchat, and I do love Instagram as well. But, I guess spend a lot of time on Facebook, which, like we learnt on the weekend, we shouldn't get too caught up in that. Make sure that you have, when you sit down to do something, don't go scrolling through newsfeed. So that is, for me, has been something that is learned, to not keep scrolling down. And if people tag me in stuff, I don't look at it till the end of the day unless it's Argy or something important. Yeah, I only do my business on social media, and we were discussing that today. I don't put a lot of other stuff out there. So I just created a new ad today. I always like bright and colourful, and I posted in 5 groups. I do belong to many, many groups. Beware, guys, that if you post too many in a bunch every single day, you'll get blocked off Facebook, and that's not probably not a good idea, because if you get blocked for a week, well, you might struggle. Anyhow, I did put up 5 posts in a few groups in, well, I didn't just sort of do the alphabetical order, but I already got 2 inquiries. So that was really cool, because it just showed that, to me, my ad was a bit catchy and engaged people. I can actually see me doing this forever. I love it. I love making the ads. I love putting stuff on Facebook. My Get Into Shape page, which is my personal page, is growing every day. I love seeing the numbers of people that actually look at the topics that I put up. And what am I trying to achieve? Well, I'm trying to achieve Mark Hughes' mission of getting a canister of shake into every household that I speak to. So if I can get a 3-day trial out and just get, you know, basic products into a home and help people to, you know, it's like I put up the other day, it's not just about the weight you lose, it's the life that you gain. And I spoke to Max, who you saw was on one of Anne's circles, and he has just done the healthy breakfast. He's never had breakfast in years, and he's been having a shake for breakfast and making himself lunch, and has actually gone from like a 4 out of 10 to about an 8 out of 10 with his energy. So for me, that's awesome. Like, you know, he's cut down his cans of Coke to 3. He's feeling better. It just, all those small changes makes me so happy to impact somebody's life in such a small way. So I guess what I am trying to achieve is to change people's lives, which is what we're all out there to do. What am I doing? Is what I'm doing duplicatable? Yeah, I do believe, because I'm following the system, and I don't do anything that is outside, not outside the square, because we should always think outside the square, but I don't make up my own rules. I play by the rules, but I just try and be consistent at it, and we all drop the ball occasionally, which is life. But, you know, by doing that, as I already know, it takes a while to pick that ball back up and continue bouncing. But I love what I do, and I love impacting people's lives no matter how small a way that I do it. It just gives me joy.
All right. So with the posting into the groups that you post into, so we've got weight loss challenges and things where you can post into community groups, but you're posting into some buy, swap and sell and different groups like that. So when somebody actually responds to you, you've already got a statement, as in that you can copy and paste and send back to those people, right?
I do.
And when somebody likes your post, you're equally as courteous and you thank them for liking your post in a private message.
Yes.
And contact them equally the same. So you chase the likes as well, right?
Always. Yeah. Everything. So if it's just a like, then I would say, hi, Argy, thanks for liking my post. If, you know, to the words of, I don't have it in front of me, thanks for liking my post. If you or anybody that you know is interested in losing weight or looking to improve, simply looking to improve their health, please don't hesitate to contact me, or check out my I've just put the new HB24 Pro link into it. You can check out the 3-day trial here and inbox me for more information.
Yeah, and so for people, they can also put in their Go Herbalife website as well.
Yeah.
Just so everybody knows. And so that makes it really time effective for you as well. So the responses you don't have to deliberate over. Is there a better time that you find to post?
Yeah, actually there is. I always found Friday evenings and Saturday, like the weekend, anytime. But during the day, weekdays, probably between sort of 6:37 and 10 at night, because most people are working, or lunchtime maybe. I don't do a lot of posting during the day because I've found that I don't get the same responses as I did of an evening, when it's sort of after dinner, the kids are in bed and mum's on Facebook.
And just a couple more questions. So also with that, if somebody actually responds in a negative way, you don't continue the conversation, do you?
No, actually I don't. I used to, in the beginning when if anybody put anything negative, I always wanted to sort of say something, but ethically, just zip it. Don't even go there, because it just, I guess it just instigates rubbish on Facebook and it gives us a bad name. So you're better off taking the high road and just not commenting. And actually a couple of times in the past when I've had anything that might have been a little bit derogative on there, I actually deleted the whole post because I didn't want people in the greater world of Herbalife, or not Herbalife, but Facebook, to see what these people were commenting on. It was just rubbish, and I wasn't giving them the credit, so I just deleted the post.
Yeah, and rather than flooding Herbalife all out there, what I'm really loving and what I hear and what you do is with your own personal page, you've got different things that you post each day. So you've got like lifestyle, you've got product, you've got recognition. You do 4 or 5 posts a day on your own personal page, as you do with Instagram. And that's really, really growing, as well as, everyone's able to do target posting as well, where you can nominate a little amount of money or a larger amount of money, and you can boost a post on your page, and that works really well too, right?
Excellent. Yes, that's right. So don't flood Facebook with Herbalife, because people just get so sick of seeing it out there. So I try and split my day up. So I always post a breakfast shake, and actually I'm loving the little bit of, with Tanya and a few of the guys on our page, posting up our pictures, and I've been working to take better photos so they're a bit more magazine-y, I guess. I try and do my shake, a healthy meal or a healthy snack, incorporating my tea, even just getting outside and, just taking those photos of flowers, or I put the one up about Colby with his scholarship today. Just go right away. I don't flood with family stuff either. I guess I'm a little private like that. But I think we need a healthy balance so that it's not all us and it's not all Herbalife. And I've also taken to, I love inspiring quotes and things that make me feel empowered of a day. So I've actually been sort of typing them up just once a day or whatever, because it empowers me. So I want, if it can just empower one person out there. I did have a girl, I put a quote up the other day, and Michelle lives here in town. I very rarely ever see her, but she thanked me for putting this particular post up, and she said, I love it. She said, it just brightens my day. So, that put a smile on my face, because I've just made somebody's day just by putting a post up that, they may be feeling a bit down or whatever, and it's not just Herbalife, it's something that means something to them. So try and have that healthy balance every day.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, that's something I try and do as well. So There's generally a quote, a mindset, a lifestyle, a recognition is always really draws the big attention. And then also, some sexy meal and some sexy shots always work as well.
Yeah.
And what's really cool is you're becoming a really good chef. So there's a bonus, right?
Well, I can cook a mean salad. But the other thing too, guys, I just wanted to say, when, like Aggie said, with recognition, when you do that, because we do it in our own groups, but we check with them first to put it out onto like social media, the wide world, and then tag them, because ask them if you can tag them, because that's how all this cluster came for Anne, because she's happy and she loves posting stuff, and I tagged her in her results or in a shake or something, and then all of a sudden these people started liking. And then Linda, who is also one of the circles that I added this afternoon, she friended me via Anne, and I put my new ad up today, and she just put a comment on there and said, "Rightio then, tell me how." So, because I put hashtag ask me how. So I've got a call with her tomorrow. I'll get her started with a 3-day trial, but again, she's in Anne's little cluster.
And the other thing I want to add too, guys, is any recognition, please make sure that you have the disclaimers. Separate Australian, separate New Zealand. They're both separate if we've got any third island on the call. I love saying that.
Yes.
So the final key to choosing a successful daily method of operation is that consistency. It really is that consistency. Remember, it's a daily method of operation, and I don't know how many times we talk about it, and people will do it once a week and wonder why they don't get the results. Some things you just have to do every day. As Jim Rowan says, you can't eat, eating the 7 apples, on a Saturday night instead of 1 each day. It doesn't work that way. Yes. It's just the same as, if you're doing your beverage, lean and glow, whatever you might be doing, you can't scull 2 litres at the end of the night rather than working through the 4 litres during the day and expecting results. It just does not work that way.
Absolutely not.
So something I'm really, really keen to move on to is this, client support and member support. Member support is just as important as client, because all of a sudden when your client becomes a member and you stop supporting them, they start wondering what have they done wrong. So keep that in mind, okay? A member is a client for life. Yeah. Herbalife is built on relationships. It is that 100% Rolls Royce care. It sets us apart from selling product. We love the success stories, but we love the attention and the care as well. And we have said in the past and still maintain that pennies are in the sale, but the fortune is really in the follow-up. And look, I'm not going to go through these questions, because if you've been issued with a member pack, you already have all of this laid out for you in the books that you can follow religiously if you choose to, or as Linda and myself do, we daily follow up people in whatever it is. It may not be a question about the product. It could just be, hey, how you doing today, right? Or how you feeling today? Or whatever was going on yesterday. Is that better for you? Do you know what I mean? It's not always just about the product. So these are really good examples and things to follow. The daily, the 14, the 21. But when you get to the 28, don't just think that you get to 28 and you ask for the reorder when you haven't spoken for the 27 before it. It doesn't work that way. We're not the local supermarket or the chemist, right? We are amazing Herbalife agents of change. So I just wanted to give you a snapshot of just some of the little things that might be happening. And it was awesome. Like Jennifer on the weekend spoke about the Christmas card that she sends out each year. Don't know if you can see that in the background, but she's personally written a little note on that. 2,500 she's done this for this Christmas. And that reminded me that I've had mine already done, and I'll be addressing those up as well. You can see that there on the canisters. I'll always put a cute little thing that might say, you can do this, keep on going, you are awesome, or whatever the deal may be. Congratulatory cards with a piece of ribbon that's cut off for the length of the centimetres that have been lost. Little upgrades, little gifts that might be, skin, protein bars. Hey, they're such a winner. I don't know a person that hasn't had a bar and hasn't fallen in love, right? These are just a few. And, for me personally, anybody that gets started with products, they're going to get a starter kit complimentary. This is just a few of the little things that make people feel good. And, cards, like when was the last time you physically got a card? Might have been a while ago because everything seems to be so electronic. And with that, I just wanted to show something really cool that Linda does as well. So have a look. Did you want to just explain your canister and why you've actually handwritten that?
Okay, so this was pretty cool. We have the Refer a Friend flyer, which initially I was copying and cutting up in little squares and putting in the lid of all my products. But we came to the conclusion that that could end up in the bin or somewhere and they forget about it. So we decided that we would write it on the canister. So I've got my label with my details. I've also got a gold label that says lose weight now, ask me how, with the website link, and then writing that on there. So it's in front of them every day when they make a shake. Every time they pick that up, they're going to see get $5. So it's going to keep reminding them who can they talk to me about or who can they refer if they want $5 off for each customer if they get started on a 3-day trial. Like Argie said, I didn't have a big picture. Showing gratitude to people, sending cards. I've actually recently sent off 2 of the aloe cleansers to a couple of my ladies that one has lost over 20 kilos and the other one has lost over 30. So I sent with a gold bow and I hand wrote a card out and told them how grateful and appreciative I am that they've come into my life and that they've lost all this weight and supported me, and just to thank them. And the Herbalife Aloe Cleanser is one of my favourite products, so I've shared that with them. Also, too, they're not using the skin, so I thought I would introduce a product so maybe that would inspire them to maybe want to order some as well next time round. With Barry, his was a Herbalife shirt. He lost his 70 kilos. When he reached 100 kilos, I gave him a Herbalife shirt. That was his inspiration. But the same thing as Argie has got there. I write little notes on things, get a couple of coloured texters. I have them all here and I write all over everything, and it's nice for them to actually see handwritten stuff, smiley faces, thank yous, text messages. I make little pic collages and send messages out, even if it's to, drink your effing water, girl, to some of the girls. We have a bit of banter going on and joking about peeing all day long or whatever. It doesn't matter. Just keep them going and, keep them happy and reward them for little things, because it's all about building relationships, but we're sampling as well. So, might be a lift off or whatever. Pop it in. I pop a lift off in and dropped some products off after the STS the other day and gave Tamara a couple of the lift offs to try, because she hadn't tried the energy products. So it was like, here you go, freebie. Just giving little things, not just your time, but giving a little bit of you and sampling at the same time.
Yeah, so sampling is a huge part of the business and always has been. Chris Carley, Chairman's Club member, the fastest to President's team, the fastest to Chairman's Club, President's team in 10 months, Chairman's Club inside 3 years, built her business on sampling, and that's something to always be mindful of. I also always offer the entire menu. I'm a firm believer if I go to a restaurant, I just don't want to see the entree list. I want to see the whole deal. I love food. So with that, I want to make sure that I offer the opportunity, every opportunity. So it's like, need extra dollars for Christmas, that'll go into all the products, and it does. It sits at Fit Club. It's a reminder to people that there is an opportunity as well. And I'm not shy to mention it, because it's like if ever you want to make some extra cash in and around what you're doing, I'm the girl you need to speak to. Oh my goodness, you've got amazing results. Do you know that if you share those results with people, you can inspire so many people directly, indirectly. You've got such an awesome way about you. Do you want to share your story? So many different ways to have those conversations. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So we want to talk about getting the head straight, but getting the head straight, that's all well and good. And, as Linda will tell you as well, you can do as much personal development every single day, and it is highly recommended. It is a shake for the brain. We know that. And, you don't need to go far beyond Herbalife Broadcasting Network, which you will find on myherbalife.com. The amazing programs are on the American site. And Mark Hughes, you cannot go beyond the Mark Hughes tapes, right? You cannot. And, of course, our beloved Jim Rohn. We know that if you work harder on yourself than you do on your job, attitude has 100% impact on your results. But it's not just enough to do personal development. You've actually got to go talk to people as well. You've got to put into action that confidence that, you're getting inside your head, because it's your head that is the biggest deciding factor of what's going to happen, right?
Most definitely.
Totally. And, don't play games. Just tell your head that you are the best and you can do this, and you've got to share all this goodness. So there is a challenge that can be done. It is the Jim Rohn Challenge. There is a little 6-minute excerpt that Robbie Walsh always shares with us on, the seasons of life. It is a beautiful little thing that they do on all of the events. Sorry?
I wasn't speaking. It's not me.
Okay. And, you can start this little challenge, and I highly recommend it. Start it on December 1 or start it tomorrow. It's a 30-day challenge. Listen to that 6 minutes, absolutely, for 30 days in a row, and pick up something different each and every day and comment about it. You can do it in your own groups. You can do it together. We could also do it as a New South Wales group, no problem. But the biggest thing, right, you can read all of the books that you want to read. You can have as many books in your library, and they are awesome. They seriously are. However, I have to tell you right now that, as we were told on the weekend by the amazing Jennifer Bates de Bravender, it is all about the number of people that you speak to each and every day. And, she went through Gary's numbers. She's got the same numbers. When Gary's been traveling the countryside, or when he was traveling the countryside, it was Jennifer that opened a little office. It was Jennifer that kept it all going. It was Jennifer that answered the phones. It is all about the numbers, and she's very passionate about community. She's passionate about speaking to 10 people a day, and she's passionate about having 10 new members inside the business every single month, right? So it is about the action that you take. You read the books to put all that into action. Don't be a student the whole time. Be a doer. So did you want to say something about the kickoff, Miss Linda? We've got this awesome kickoff happening in New South Wales.
I can't wait. I'm coming to Sydney to see Rhonda, and I'm actually bringing Vicky, who is one of my circles, to introduce her. She wants to come along and check us out, so I'm a bit excited about that. And Rhonda is amazing. She has the most heart-wrenching story ever. So when, you think you've got excuses to do or to not do, you need to listen to her story, because if ever there was somebody that had an excuse not to do, it was her. She is one of the strongest, emotionally strongest women I've ever come across.
Absolutely. So we're really, really excited in New South Wales to have Rhonda Hart, millionaire team member, Saturday, 2nd of December. Clear everything to get there. Linda's true. She's one of the strongest individuals I have ever met. And she has got an amazing frontline business who, of course, are duplicating and, sharing directly, indirectly. Amazingly huge business, and it has all come from just absolutely 100% loving the product and sharing every part of the business, every opportune moment. So exciting. So that is our next event. And of course, all roads lead to the spectacular. Everybody currently that you're speaking to is going to really impact upon the number of people that you have at Adelaide Spectacular in February. It is a big deal, right? It's never going to be repeated again. No event is ever repeated again. But have a look at the extra qualifications, because you truly want to be front row to Enrique Carrilla. I do. I want to be able to be that close that I can see his eyes and touch his abs. So I don't know about you. But all jokes aside, he's 50K President's Team. So you might want to sit up, take a listen, but more than that, how many people will you inspire to bring with you, right, that are going to carry this legacy on with you, right? That's the question. How many people? So with that, first of all, I would really love to, it just goes to show, doesn't it? It took Linda a while to get on the call, but nothing was going to stop her. She found a way to get on the call. She didn't miss the beat. So it's no wonder she is the incredible distributor that she is. And I mean that from my heart. Nothing was going to stop her getting on the call. So I really want to thank you so much for being my guest this evening.
Thank you.
I'm really sure that you inspired me. I'm sure you inspired others. I'm going to stop the recording. I'm going to open up the lines with a few minutes left.